Hello and welcome back once again, dear children, to your channel. In this video, we shall be discussing Act 1, Scene 2 of your Julius Caesar. Yes, you've guessed it right. This video is for my class 9 ICSE students, and if you have been watching my videos of late, you know what's coming up next. Yes, if you want to keep me motivated and inspired, do not forget to like the video and also to subscribe to my channel. Yes, all right, with this we begin Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 2 takes place in Rome, a public place. Let me remind you what has happened in Act 1, Scene 1. We've seen Caesar is returning after defeating Pompey, and people are waiting eagerly for his return. And lot of preparations for the celebrations rather are on, because it's time for the feast of Lupercal. So here we are, Rome, a public place, enters in procession. Caesar, Antony, ready for the course. What is this course? We'll just guess, we'll see as the scene progresses. Calpurnia, Portia, Decius. Portia is Brutus's wife. Decius, Cicero, Brutus, Cassius, and Casca. They are all followed by a crowd of citizens and a soothsayer. Who's a soothsayer? A soothsayer is a fortune teller, your Jyotishi. Alright? So Caesar calls out to Calpurnia, and Casca says, "Peace." Oh, Caesar speaks. So you see, Casca is trying to, put forward this idea that Caesar is someone who commands respect now. He has become the monarch, he's become the ruler. Therefore, when he is speaking, all of you need to keep shut. Caesar calls out again, Calpurnia, Calpurnia, here, my lord. Caesar gives out the instruction to his wife. Stand you directly in Antonius's way. Antonius is your Antony. When he doth run his course, Antonius. So Caesar is like, the master, like the guardian, like the teacher gives out an instruction to his wife that you are required to stand in Antony's way when he's running the course. Now, what is this course? This is a past part of the celebration of the feast of Lupercal. Okay. Now, what these men would do is they would run a course. Okay, they would run as we have in the Olympics. People, during the beginning of the Olympic, with the torch in their hand, people run. Similarly, in the feast of Lupercal also they had to run. And while running, these men, it was believed, if they were touching women who could not bear a child or who have not borne a child till date, they would become fertile by now once these men touch them. Okay. So Caesar at this point of time did not have any child. So Calpurnia was considered a barren woman, and it was understood that Caesar at this point is desperate for a child because he's now become a ruler, and he realizes this, that without a son, without an heir to his throne, his kingdom is going to go away. This thing is going to pass away in the hands of his rivals. So he desperately needed a child now. Okay. Therefore, he's asking Calpurnia to stand in the way, in the path of Antony's run. And then he calls out to Antony and says, "Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia, for our elders say the barren, touched in this holy chase, shall shake off their sterile course." So do not forget, Caesar says to Antony to touch Calpurnia while you're running, because our elders say that men, when touch barren women, they become extremely fertile. So this brings out the fact that Caesar is an individual who believes in indigenous practices, and at the same time a bit superstitious by nature, because under no circumstances can, if a man touches a woman, can become pregnant, right? So this is Caesar's superstition belief, which is speaking. Antony, I shall remember. When Caesar says do this, it is performed. So Antony knows very well where Caesar belongs to, what Caesar's position is. So he says, your wish, my command, sir. As you say, it shall be performed. Caesar, set on and leave no ceremony out. Ensure that all the rituals are carried out. Caesar, soothsayer calls out. Caesar is surprised. Ha! Who calls? Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again, Casca says. So Casca comes across here as the monitor of the class, you see. The class representatives who try to maintain calm and discipline in the class. So he says, hey, Caesar is again talking. All of you keep quiet, keep quiet. Caesar, who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a tongue shriller than all the music. Cry, Caesar, speak. Caesar is turned to hear. So Caesar here says, who is it in the press? Who is it in the crowd? Why people are all crowding up? No, because Caesar is passing that way at the time the celebration is on. So a lot of people have gathered on the street. So Caesar is unable to find out who has actually called him. So he says, who is it in the press? Who is it in the crowd that calls me? Because I have heard a tongue, I have heard a voice which is shriller than any tone of music. Speak, tell me, who is it? Caesar is turned to hear. So Caesar turns his head to hear. Now, this you will get to know a little later in the scene, children, that Caesar was actually deaf in his left ear. Alright, so he was unable to hear anything with his left ear. That's why Caesar needed to turn to hear. And the soothsayer calls out, beware the Ides of March. What man is that? Brutus says, a soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March. So the soothsayer says, be careful of the 15th of March. Ides of March is 15th of March. Be careful of this particular date, Caesar. The soothsayer is warning. Caesar saying, what man is that? Who is this? And Brutus repeats the warning of the soothsayer. Caesar says, set him before me. Let me see his face. Bring him before me. Let me see who this man is. So Cassius comes in and says, fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar. Come out from the crowd. Come in front of Caesar. Caesar wishes to see your face. What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again. What were you telling me? Tell me once again. Soothsayer says, beware the Ides of March. And he repeats his warning that I'm telling you to be very careful of the 15th of March. Caesar says, he's a dreamer. Let us leave him pass. Now, Caesar at this point of time is a representative of the people. He's a public figure. He is a ruler of a state. He just cannot give indulgence to such unscientific warnings, unscientific thoughts. After all, whatever the soothsayer is saying is all based on his predictions. In no way can he be given indulgence because his predictions have no scientific backup. So immediately Caesar dismisses this idea and calls him a dreamer. Because if Caesar is giving out this impression that he is interested or he is at all moved by what the soothsayer is saying, then the message will go out loud and clear that Caesar is superstitious man. Although we have just seen Caesar as a superstitious individual because he asks Calpurnia to stand in the way of Antony. But then now he's in front of the public and whatever he's saying is heard by everyone. So he cannot afford to do this as a public figure because he is a representative of the masses. So, under no circumstances can he give indulgence to such unscientific thoughts. Therefore, he says, this man is a dreamer. He's mad. Let us leave him and get going with our work. And at this point, trumpet sounds, exeunt all except Brutus and Cassius. So trumpets are sounded and everybody leaves the stage, but Brutus and Cassius stays back. All right, we'll have to stop here today because you see this scene is pretty long, and if I try to explain this long scene in this one particular video, then you will also not be able to get the essence of the scene. So we'll have to stop here today, but I promise I'll be back soon with the second video, and I wish you all the best for your classes till then. All right, take good care of your health. Until my next video, keep supporting and liking my channel. All right, have fun. Goodbye.